Have you ever noticed your heartbeat racing before an exam, or your stomach twisting when facing a big problem? That's stress at work. Stress is not just an emotion. It's a powerful reaction that affects both the mind and the body. A little stress can push us to do better, but too much can break us down, leaving us anxious, tired, and unhealthy. In this video, we'll explore how stress impacts our brain, emotions, and body, and discover healthy ways to manage it. Stress is something that touches everyone's life, no matter their age or background. It is the body's natural response to pressure, challenges, or demands. Sometimes stress can be useful, giving us the energy to study harder, meet deadlines, or face difficult situations. But when stress becomes too much or lasts for too long, it begins to harm both the mind and the body. In this video, we will understand what stress is, how it affects us, and why managing it is so important. Number 7, conclusion. In conclusion, stress is something that touches every human life, but the way we handle it makes all the difference. Throughout this discussion, we have seen that stress is not only a mental challenge, but also a physical one. It affects the mind by disturbing focus, memory, and emotional balance, and it affects the body by increasing blood pressure, weakening immunity, and causing fatigue or headaches. Short-term stress might push us to perform better for a moment, but when it continues for too long, it becomes harmful, leading to serious issues like anxiety, depression, and even heart disease. This shows that managing stress is not optional. It is necessary for a healthy and meaningful life. The good news is that stress can be managed if we choose the right practices. Small lifestyle changes such as deep breathing, regular exercise, meditation, or simply talking to a trusted friend can make a big difference. Building resilience through positive thinking and healthy routines helps us prepare for future challenges with strength instead of fear. We must also remember that it is okay to ask for professional help when stress feels overwhelming. Just as we visit a doctor for physical pain, we should not hesitate to seek support for emotional pain. Finally, we must treat mental health with the same seriousness as physical health. A balanced diet, good sleep, and meaningful relationships are all powerful tools in protecting both the mind and the body. Stress will always be a part of life, but if we learn to manage it wisely, it can no longer control us. Instead, we can control our response and live with peace, strength, and happiness. Take care of your mind, because a healthy mind creates a healthy life. Number 6, positive ways to manage stress. Managing stress in healthy ways is one of the most important skills we can develop in life. Stress is unavoidable, but the way we respond to it can either protect us or harm us. The first and most effective method is practicing relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or mindfulness. Even just 10 minutes of slow breathing or focusing on the present moment can calm the nervous system, reduce anxiety, and bring clarity to the mind. Another powerful stress reliever is physical exercise. Activities like walking, jogging, yoga, or even dancing release endorphins, which are natural mood boosters that help fight stress hormones. Maintaining a regular exercise routine not only strengthens the body, but also creates a strong and balanced mind. Equally important is building strong social connections. Talking to friends, family members, or even professional counselors can reduce feelings of isolation and remind us that we are not alone in our struggles. Sharing problems often makes them feel lighter, while positive relationships provide emotional support during difficult times. Along with this, creating a healthy Daily routine plays a big role in stress management. Getting enough sleep, eating nutritious food, and drinking plenty of water all keep the body and mind in balance. Poor lifestyle choices, such as relying on caffeine or neglecting rest, often make stress worse. Finally, hobbies and leisure. Activities are underrated but very effective ways to manage stress. Reading, painting, listening to music, or spending time in nature refresh the mind and give us an escape from constant pressure. By combining relaxation, physical activity, social support, healthy routines, and enjoyable hobbies, we can create a strong defense against stress. These positive strategies remind us that while stress is part of life, we always have the power to control how it affects us. Number 5. Long-term effects of chronic stress. When stress continues for weeks, months, or even years without proper management, it becomes what we call chronic stress. Unlike short-term stress, which may sometimes motivate us to complete tasks or face challenges, chronic stress slowly damages both the mind and the body. One of the most serious long-term effects is the risk of developing mental health problems, such as anxiety disorders, depression, and burnout. Constant pressure leaves the brain in a state of overdrive, which makes it difficult to think clearly, remember information, or control emotions. Over time, this mental strain can lead to feelings of hopelessness and exhaustion that make daily life much harder. The body also suffers greatly under chronic stress. High levels of the stress hormone cortisol can raise blood pressure, weaken the immune system, and increase the risk of serious conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, and even stroke. People living with long-term stress often experience sleep problems like insomnia, which further harms their concentration, mood, and overall health. Weight changes are also common. Some people overeat while others lose their appetite, both of which disturb the body's natural balance. Muscle pain, headaches, and digestive issues can become regular problems that lower a person's quality of life. Another hidden danger of chronic stress is its effect on relationships and productivity. Stress can make people irritable, impatient, or withdrawn, which creates conflict with family, friends, and co-workers. At the workplace or in school, long-term stress reduces performance, creativity, and motivation. This can create a cycle where stress causes failure, and failure increases stress. In short, chronic stress is not just a temporary problem. It is a serious health risk. If ignored, it can shorten life expectancy and damage overall well-being. That is why learning to manage stress before it becomes chronic is essential for living a healthy and balanced life. Number 4. Effects of stress on the body. Stress is not only a mental or emotional challenge. It has very real physical effects on the body. When we experience stress, our body activates the fight or flight response. This means stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol are released into the bloodstream, preparing the body to deal with the threat. While this reaction can be useful in emergencies, frequent activation of this system places a heavy burden on the body. One of the first noticeable effects is a rapid heartbeat and increased blood pressure, which, if experienced too often, may lead to long-term heart problems. Muscle tension is another common symptom of stress. People often feel tightness in the neck, shoulders, or back after a stressful day, which can lead to chronic pain or frequent headaches. The digestive system is also sensitive to stress. Upset stomach, nausea, diarrhea, or constipation are common reactions as stress interferes with normal digestion. Over time, This can even contribute to more serious conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. Stress also weakens the immune system, making the body more vulnerable to infections and illnesses. That is why many people notice they catch colds or flu more easily during stressful periods. Sleep disturbances are another major effect. Stress often causes insomnia or restless nights, which in turn reduces energy levels and weakens the body's ability to recover. Furthermore, skin conditions such as acne, eczema, and hair loss can also be triggered or worsened by stress. Overall, the physical effects of stress are wide-ranging and serious. From heart problems to digestive issues and weakened immunity, stress shows us that the mind and body are deeply connected. By paying attention to these physical signals, we can recognize when stress is harming our health and take steps to manage it before it becomes overwhelming. Number 3, effects of stress on the mind. Stress has a powerful influence on the human mind, often more damaging than we realize. When a person experiences stress, the brain is flooded with stress hormones, such as cortisol, which interfere with normal mental processes. One of the first effects is difficulty in concentrating. People under stress often struggle to focus on tasks, make decisions, or remember important details. This is why students sometimes forget what they studied during exams, or employees find it hard to stay productive under pressure. Stress can also create confusion, leaving the mind restless and unable to think clearly. Another major effect is the disruption of emotional balance. Stress can make individuals more irritable, impatient, or quick to anger. Small issues may feel overwhelming, and moods can swing rapidly from sadness to frustration. Over time, this emotional instability can strain relationships and reduce overall happiness. Anxiety and constant worrying are also common outcomes, as the mind remains stuck in a cycle of overthinking. If left unmanaged, this may lead to more serious mental health issues such as depression or chronic anxiety disorders. Sleep is another area deeply affected by stress. The mind, unable to relax, often stays active at night, leading to difficulty falling asleep or experiencing restful sleep. Poor sleep then worsens stress, creating a harmful cycle. Stress can also reduce creativity and problem-solving ability. When the mind is occupied with worry, it becomes less flexible and less able to see solutions. In the long run, the mental effects of stress are just as harmful as the physical ones. A stressed mind loses its calmness, clarity, and resilience. Recognizing these effects is the first step toward managing stress, because a healthy mind is essential for making good decisions, maintaining strong relationships, and living a balanced life. Number 2, what happens in the brain during stress? When we experience stress, the brain immediately reacts by activating a survival mechanism known as the fight or flight response. This process begins in a small but powerful part of the brain called the amygdala, which detects threats and signals danger. Once the amygdala is triggered, it sends a message to the hypothalamus, which works like a command center. The hypothalamus then communicates with the rest of the body through the nervous system, instructing the adrenal glands to release stress hormones, mainly adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones prepare the body to either face the challenge or escape from it. Adrenaline increases heart rate, raises blood pressure, and boosts energy supplies, while cortisol helps the brain stay alert and sharp in the short term. This response can be very helpful in real emergencies, such as avoiding an accident or protecting oneself from danger. Stress is something that touches everyone's life, no matter their age or background. It is the body's natural response to pressure, challenges, or demands. Sometimes stress can be useful, giving us the energy to study harder, meet deadlines, or face difficult situations. But when stress becomes too much or lasts for too long, it begins to harm both the mind and the body. In this video, we will understand what stress is, how it affects us, and why managing it is so important. Stress will always be a part of life, but it doesn't have to control us. By understanding how it affects the mind and body, and by practicing healthy ways to manage it, we can protect our well-being and live with balance. Remember, taking care of your mental health is just as important as caring for your physical health. Start with small steps. Breathe, exercise, talk, and rest. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to care for your mind, because a healthy mind creates a healthy life.